We are long past the experimental phase of cross-chain. Billions in value, institutional capital, real-world assets, all moving between chains every day. So the question isn't whether cross-chain works. It's what happens when it doesn't. When everything depends on a single point of failure, and it fails. Chainlink was built on a different standard. Decentralized networks, independent node operators, built-in circuit breakers. A system designed for when 99% is not enough. Because your assets deserve more than hope and promises, and a single point of failure is one too many. Chainlink CCIP, trillions in value enabled. Secure and uncompromised. Decentralized. By default.
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. Ready to get started.
Yeah. Should we wait a minute to see who else is joining?
Sure, yeah, we can give everyone in the audience about a minute to settle in.
Yeah.
That works for me. Looking forward to seeing everybody come in and hang out for our monthly pulse.
Yeah.
Excited to see everyone here in the chat.
Thinks people will be slowly bouncing in. Okay, well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm excited to kick off our very first Chainlink monthly pulse. We're going to highlight some of the biggest announcements from Chainlink ecosystem and some key updates that you should have on your radar. But I'm Amy Hang. I'm a Chainlink community advocate from Detroit. I've been a part of the Chain community for about 2 years now. I host meetups here and just been helping grow the ecosystem in the US. But if anybody's in the chat, feel free to let us know where you're from because our community is pretty global. I know there's people from Asia, Europe, Latin America, all over the place. So yeah, and joining me today is also Jordo, OG Chainlink advocate from New York.
Yes, hi everyone. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. But it's great to be here, and I'm very excited to kick this off with you, Amy. I'm also a community advocate in the New York, New Jersey area for the last few years. Been a part of a lot of exciting events, been able to collaborate and learn from a lot of DeFi and institutional teams that collaborate with Chainlink, and just excited to dig into this and all of the updates for the month of July.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, Jordo and I actually met in person last year in New York at SmartCon. We were lucky enough to have Chainlink invite us to be a part of their panel, the people powering the Chainlink ecosystem. So a couple of other community advocates were also on the panel with us, Iman and Darby. So that was a really fun time.
Yeah, very memorable, absolutely. Yeah, actually, we see Darby in the chat. Shout out to Darby. Hope all is well.
Yes.
Dev expert and community advocate.
Cool.
Yeah, I see some people from the chat from all over, looking great.
Okay, so.
All right, a lot of updates for the month of July.
Yeah, I mean, these are just a few key updates. We're going to be going over prediction markets powered by Chainlink. Robinhood Chain adopts Chainlink standard, which is a huge one. The great Chainlink migration. Chainlink and multinational banking. Huge project, Project Pangea, which just launched last month. And DTCC processing the first ever production trades of tokenized US securities, also powered by Chainlink.
A lot of big headlines for the month of July.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk prediction markets. It's been one of the biggest stories this year, especially with the World Cup. I feel like Chainlink has really helped power and make a lot of these things happen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the first times that Chainlink really gets to stand out and shine when it comes to such a large sporting event, directly being partnered with Predict Street and World and Myriad and a bunch of other platforms that allowed their user base to predict based on the World Cup. That was over the span of just a couple months. So we saw a ton of traction there, and yeah, excited to dive a little deeper into that as well. Amy, did you watch the World Cup at all, or have any predictions?
I did watch a few games, yes, when I had time, especially got to go to a few bars and watch a couple of games, but I didn't really make any bets, no.
Nice. Yeah, same. I am a passive fan, just love to watch, but.
Yeah, I'm actually excited that Spain won. I know it's going to be their next World Cup. So
2030, yeah, 2030, Spain will be one of the co-hosts. So I'm sure they'll have a lot of noise to make at that time. But hopefully, and I'm sure that we will see the momentum from Chainlink from now until then as well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I know Chainlink has really been automating these market creations with CRE. I think really helps define the category of prediction markets, accurate resolutions, and a lot of the instant payouts that these companies are using.
Yeah, I think the biggest part is basically how can we, or these platforms, serve their customer the best way. And from the traditional standpoint, might be slower payouts. You might have an issue with the settlement, or just the how the game was defined or how it was settled at the end. With blockchain technology and the use of Chainlink's data streams, CRE, where this allows instant settlement, this allows the information to be true and trusted, along with a bunch of other Chainlink services, but it's definitely what is powering these markets to be accurate, to be fair, and for their customers to have that instant payout, which is, I'm sure, something, if you did take any participation in these are important to you as a user. You want to make sure that the platform you're using is safe and transparent, and you don't want to have to deal with the issues that the traditional world may have given in the past. So as we see the momentum carry throughout these platforms, Chainlink is going to be at the center of it. Chainlink is going to be providing that truth standard that we all expect. So we see here, yeah, a bunch of different projects over the last month during the World Cup, and I'm sure, like I said, beyond that, expand into Chainlink products and services that will now be reaching millions of users globally.
Yeah, it's kind of insane if you think about it. Like, there's just so many of these big names utilizing Chainlink. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, if you're in the chat and you've used any of these prediction markets, throw which ones you've used in there. Maybe you have a preference, but yeah, we would love to hear that. As someone who still should be a user and plans on being a user, I would love to see some of your comments in the chat as well.
Yeah, I think this is a really big moment for the ecosystem alone. And speaking of big moments for the ecosystem, Robinhood Chain has been getting a lot of attention lately.
Absolutely. Yeah, Robinhood is one of those names that's known well outside of crypto Twitter, and it's really one of those global institutions that, as a user, you may have bought your first stock, you may have made your first trade, and now you have access to the whole world of on-chain finance, and you're able to do that, again, using a platform that is powered by Chainlink. So really big news there. Robinhood has partnerships with some of the biggest US names. I'm sure that reach well beyond the US as well, but CCIP being an integration from the very start, it's just another statement that we need standards, and these standards are being taken very seriously by some of the largest names, so that their customer base can be provided with top-notch quality.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually bought one of my first stocks on Robinhood way back in the day, Microsoft being one of them.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really cool to see them partner with Chainlink and utilize their services.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Robinhood has like over 16 million users monthly. So I think this is huge, big news. Really cool that they're utilizing CCIP.
Yeah, with millions of users. So now with direct access to on-chain finance and just being able to access some great products on-chain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't think a lot of people realize how big CCIP is. A lot of big companies are now integrating it, and not just Robinhood alone, but listed here are just like a bunch of projects that utilize Chainlink CCIP, which is cross-chain interoperability protocol, and it's a platform that Chainlink uses to transfer digital assets across chains. So, I mean, with these companies using it, it's just insane with the transactions that they're, running.
Yeah, these are already native projects on chain. They have large user bases already. Some of them have already used and continue to use Chainlink products and services, but just expanding that speaks volumes in terms of, again, what their customers kind of are demanding or expecting from their product, but also just keeping that front and center from the product that you are giving to your customers and making sure that the security is there from the very start. $7 billion is nothing to kind of glance over. It is a strong indication of where the focus on cross-chain really is. And we talk about standards a lot, and CCIP is always top of mind when it comes to the platform that can provide the most amount of standards, so that these projects and the user bases are able to freely transact and not have to worry about anything on the back end, where we see from other projects and other situations in the past that kind of lead to these things here. So it's unfortunate when it happens. We have bridges that are not too reliable. We have money being transferred 24/7, and securities should always be at the top of mind. And that's what CCIP brings. So it's definitely no surprise, and I definitely see that number growing and those projects continuing to adopt Chainlink services.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very top tier institutional grade infrastructure that they've created. It's extremely reliable, and that really shows why all these companies are moving using Chainlink. And it's just like the most important aspect is security. And I know that's been a really hot topic for this type of thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, moving on to more on-chain things, global finance has been blowing up as well with Chainlink and all these other companies.
Yeah, absolutely. Just another signal that the real world is moving on chain faster than we've seen in the past, and it looks to be a trend that it's not going to stop or slow down anytime soon. We're moving from proof of concepts into things that are in real production, and we are continuing to see that with some of the largest global infrastructures, FMIs, and just the biggest names that we can think of. So for Project Pangea, we have over 50 global banks with an approximate $10 trillion in assets under management. So these numbers these are, like I said, nothing to glance over. Very, very large numbers, a lot of money and time and efforts coming on chain. And it's proven here. We see Fair Square Lab, Kivalis, and Unica, mostly from Asia, but just breaking down those walls internationally and allowing stablecoin usage and a lot of cross-chain products to move forward.
Yeah, I just feel like the Chainlink infrastructure has been getting so good that a lot of these companies are just not just experimenting anymore, they're more so building. And plus with foreign exchange, Chainlink has been, embedded in multiple central banks across the world, like in the US, South America, all over Asia, Australia.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's just the beginning.
the Chainlink community has been screaming. It's these Chainlink services and the Chainlink platform is not a nice to have. It's a necessity. If we want to create the world that we envision on chain, Chainlink has to be at the center of that. And we've seen that over the last few years, and we'll continue to see that in the future. Even with Fidelity's FILQ tokenized fund for NAV data, that's another area where we see a lot of adoption there. So NAV has been something that has been being posted on chain over the last couple of years by some of these global institutions, and we're continuing to see that trend now with Fidelity, Signum, and Theo. We see here kind of on the left side with Project Pangea, we have the global market level, but on the right side with Fidelity, we have something more of the consumer product level. And we're getting that balance between and then kind of creating that sandwich once the final pieces are put together. So I definitely see a world where things continue to accelerate in all of these facets, but this is definitely one that I'm keeping close attention to.
Yeah, it seems like there's so much going on, but I feel like it's just the beginning.
Absolutely.
In my eyes, at least. But there's so much going on.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Yeah. But one of the biggest institutional updates of the month, I would have to say, is DTCC and Chainlink.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Yeah, the DTCC this month recently announced that they've processed its first ever production of tokenized US securities on chain, of course, powered by Chainlink. DTCC processes quadrillions of dollars annually, and it is one of the largest names in financial infrastructure globally. They're actually right in my backyard here in Jersey City, so I get to pass by. They've been at SmartCon over the last few years, and integral to the conversation when it comes to bringing the world on chain.
Yeah, it's great to see all these TradFi companies come on board and get on chain. And I just feel like all these DeFi people are over here like, just welcome to the club.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and some of those partners with the DTCC included names like BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and many more that are synonymous with global finance and global institutions that really move the needle. And it's really exciting to see Chainlink right up there with them.
Yeah, it's just great to see things like move forward and everyone just, keep building.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a couple of fun articles, Chainlink Quarterly Review, everything that we just went over, and more, actually. A lot of great stuff happening. So if you're not busy, take a look at some of these articles. They're really good.
Yeah.
Good insight and definitely really informational.
Yeah, Chainlink they're really, really spot on with the amount of information that they have available at all times, and their quarterly updates, monthly updates, which we will be continuing. Looking forward to that. But yeah, July was just a huge month, and it definitely was a nice start to summer here in the United States. But definitely looking forward to things continuing to heat up. I'm sure the fall will not fall, well, no pun intended, will not fall short of our expectations within the Chainlink ecosystem, but always looking towards chain.link or any Chainlink socials to get updated in real time.
Yeah, but I feel like not just July was a lot of announcements, but I feel like just whole year there's been like announcement after announcement. Every day I wake up, there's like something new, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it definitely echoes throughout our community, which has just been incredible for the entire time that I've been part of the community. It's great to see such a large number of people who truly care about the same things or the same issues that are trying to be solved by Chainlink globally across the globe. Community is constantly growing, and the information that Chainlink puts out is just one of those key parts of that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited to see what other people build. And yeah, I guess we can jump into Q&A if there's anyone with questions.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Feel free to throw them in the chat. Not even sure who's in here.
Yeah, where are we from? What do we have here? Where's everybody from? Any questions? Anything you're looking forward to? Yes, we did say quadrillions. Absolutely. Yes. DTCC,
Funny.
quadrillions, Chainlink, these are all synonymous. That's a great question. So to be honest with you, I don't have the answer to that. I know that the Clarity Act will definitely unlock a lot of questions that the community may have, including myself. I am very much looking forward to seeing that pass, hopefully soon, and seeing how the entire space can kind of pivot from there. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that, seeing what other partnerships and other avenues that Chainlink can explore once Clarity is passed.
Yeah, I think we're all being very patient right now, just waiting for good news.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and if we know one thing within the Chainlink community, it's patience.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Yeah, if you are able to contact any of your local officials regarding Clarity, we strongly recommend that to get this thing through the finish line so that we can really see the effects of it. Great question in the chat. Amy, you want to go ahead?
What does it say? How do you see Chainlink supporting real-world assets like vehicle titles, property records, and verified ownership over the next 3 to 5 years? I mean, you definitely utilize CRE to build something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think those are really cool avenues to explore. I don't think they've been quite explored yet, from what I've seen projects kind of focus on, but definitely interesting. I think that we can expand vehicle titles, property records, into so much more, but being able to verify through some sort of golden record or some sort of ledger is definitely going to help facilitate this into a real product that users can get their hands on and kind of see from there. But I can definitely see everything that's listed here kind of being secured by the Chainlink standard, verified by the Chainlink standard. Yeah, that's a great question. I think that, like I said, expands to so much more, but really interesting to think about. And if you have any ideas, we'd love to see you start building as well. We would love to see some of the community who are capable of building and working with developers to come up with some of these things that might just be a proof of concept right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there could be some workflows that could be developed to help with fraud prevention or lien management, title transfers, all kinds of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean in the chat also. Yeah, I mean, the oracles.
Yeah, moving the data on chain.
Yep,
all that stuff.
Integral to that. To always being able to refer back to, like I said, that golden record that we'd like to see Chainlink continue to build across all on-chain data. So yeah, definitely something to think about and to explore. very exciting stuff. Awesome.
Thanks for that question, Preston.
Yes. Oh, nice. So Akoria, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, said that I'm actually building it now. The prototype is complete, and I'm also advancing legislation in Michigan, nice, around digital titles, smart contract escrow, and verified real-world asset transactions. So right in Amy's backyard. Sure that there could be some collaboration there, but that also sounds really awesome. I'm sure it would be something that probably varies state to state, but Michigan would be a great starting point, I'm sure. Yes, CRE, we see CRE in the chat, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing the developments there, more projects and companies and teams kind of utilizing CRE, seeing what gets built from there is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, I do have a few friends here building on with CRE, a couple of fun projects like payroll.
Nice.
It's a big one, I think.
Yeah, my background is teaching, so I always thought it would be really interesting to have a system where maybe report cards or proof of whatever it may be on chain, and being able to kind of move that through as your school and career kind of moves forward. So from the very beginning up until college or university, yeah, it would be something I would like to see built as well. But the sky is the limit with Chainlink. We know that for sure. Yeah, like Andrew McCormick said it, the wise words, just plug in Chainlink. That's it. It's really that simple, and the sky is the limit. So
yeah,
definitely stuck with me. Just plug in Chainlink. It's that simple, and there's an endless world of possibilities from there. Yeah, it's time to pass clarity. That that is definite.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. I think we have one more slide we can throw up there, and we can kind of wrap up from here. Amy, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. There's some more questions. Yeah, this was really fun. You follow us on X.
Yeah, definitely. We hope that these will continue monthly. So if you did enjoy it, or if you have any feedback, we're always happy to hear and kind of take that into our next month and our updates then. But definitely follow socials, chain.link. Keep your eyes and ears open for a lot of exciting announcements that I'm sure will be coming up in the short term. Other than that, feel free to always reach out if you have any other questions, or if we can point you in any direction. We're always happy to do that as Chainlink community advocates. We are global, so if you're not located in the United States, there are plenty of us that are willing to help you and get things going. So yeah, other than that,
if there's other topics that you would like us to cover in the future or next month, hopefully, let us know as well. Shoot us a message or just leave in a chat.
Yeah, and if you're part of a team, or you have interest in learning about a team that works closely with Chainlink, let us know, and we can see what we can do there as well. The more the merrier, and we are here to educate. So you come up with the questions, we'll come with the information and the excitement. So thank you all for showing up and being with us today on our first monthly pulse.
Yeah, or if you'd like to join in on a conversation, let us know. Someone mentioned SmartCon in the chats. We currently don't have updates on that at the moment, but very soon.
Yes, hopefully. Absolutely. Regardless, yeah, reach out to us. Hope to see you all in person soon. And just looking forward to Chainlinking the world, really. Just plug in Chainlink.
Link the world.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again, everyone. We look forward to next week.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.